Every day in the United States, 46 new children are diagnosed. Every year, nearly 3,000 children die from this. That is roughly the same amount of people that were killed on September 11, 2001. It is the #1 disease killer of children, according to Candlelighters.org. It kills more than cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, asthma, and pediatric AIDS combined. 1 in every 330 children will be diagnosed with it before the age of 20, yet it goes largely unrecognized. I am talking about childhood cancer. This is one of the many faces of childhood cancer. This is my 3-year-old son, Donovan. He was diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia when he was just 21 months old. This is one of the most common types of childhood cancer. Can you imagine what it would feel like to learn that your child has cancer? Now imagine learning that information, as well as being told that many of the studies that could have saved your child's life have been cut due to funding. Every day, there are more children being diagnosed with cancer, and though it is the #1 disease killer of children, there is limited funding for very much needed, life-saving research. According to Team Connor, federal funding for pediatric AIDS research is $595,000 per patient, and though childhood cancer takes many more lives, the federal funding for research for pediatric cancer is a mere $20,000 per patient. According to CureSearch.org, it is roughly $5 billion of the roughly $5 billion of federal funding a year that goes toward cancer research. Pediatric cancer research gets less than 3% of that for all types of childhood cancer. The Children's Oncology Group treats 90% of the pediatric cancer patients in North America, and they receive less than half the money they requested from the government last year, causing many studies to be cut. Pediatric cancer can strike anyone at any time. It does not discriminate. It hits boys and girls, infants and teenagers, all religions, all races, the rich and the poor. The statistics that I have shared with you are only from the United States. Roughly 12,500 children in the United States are diagnosed every year, but this is a worldwide problem, and it is not a clear-cut disease. There are children with solid tumors as well as blood cancers. There are children that have caught their disease early and those who have caught it in stage 4, and though it helps to catch it early, it does not guarantee that they will be cured. Now that you know how serious this problem is, I'm going to tell you what we can do to fix it. The statistics may make you wonder if there is anything that you can do. They may make it seem hopeless, but it isn't. We have come very far with treatment in the last 45 years alone. In 1962, according to stjude.org, the cure rate for acute lymphocytic leukemia was only 4%. Today, it's 94%. This is because of research. This is because people have donated their time and their money to finding a cure. To solve the problem, we need to raise funds for CureSearch, because they are researching all types of childhood cancers. www.curesearch.org has a list of different types of fundraisers that you can do to help, as well as other ways to help that don't involve your money, but only your time, like writing to Congress. You can organize a car wash, a bake sale, a bachelor auction, and more. Let your mind wander and have fun with it. So what if you have a really tight schedule and you can't organize such an extravagant fundraiser? You can make a single donation online. As little as $5 helps, and it won't strain a tight budget. Or you can make a donation every month, which will help even more. Do you have an old vehicle? You can donate it and take it and get a tax write-off. Or, like I mentioned above, you can write to Congress and get everyone you know to do the same. Now that you know what you can do to help, let's see how big a difference you really can make. Look to the future. If things continue the way they are, more studies will be canceled and more children will die. As I mentioned above, it can strike anyone. What if it was your child? What if it was you? If the funding is not increased, a diagnosis like this could devastate your family. Now look to the future if funding is increased. A cure is found. Can you see the headlines? Cure for childhood cancer is finally found. And a diagnosis like this for someone in your family would not be as heartbreaking or as difficult for your child to deal with as it has been for mine and all the other children that fight this war every day. Your efforts may not be helping just other people's kids. It could save yours. I never thought it would be my child, but it is, and I thank God every day for all the people who have made my child's chances better. So you now know how big the problem is, but you also know that it isn't impossible. These children are warriors. They are stronger than anyone can ever know, and they need our help. New children are being diagnosed every day, while others are losing their battles. Though we have come a long way in this war, we aren't finished yet. These kids need a cure. A cure that doesn't put them at risk for developing another cancer later in life. A cure that happens quickly for the children of today and the children in the future that are destined to have to fight this fight. It can be a friend's child, a relative's child, your boss's child, or your child. It can strike when they are in the womb or when they are a teenager. This disease does not care who you are or how old you are, but we are winning, slowly. And with your help, your time, and money, we can win it for all the kids. We can see a day where cancer doesn't kill any more children. We can see a day where cancer doesn't strike that gut-wrenching fear because it will have lost its power. But we can't do it if funding keeps being cut.